Showtimes cooking. As you can see now, I have my ribs all laid out on this countertop right here. They have been seasoned already. They have been cleaned already. I'm gonna take some butter flavor cooking spray, just lightly spray them so the seasoning can stick to them. And what we're gonna start with is we're gonna start with a regular base, which right here is garlic and pepper season. So we're gonna just lightly coat them on down. That's just a base to give them get a little flavor, garlic and pepper season. Nothing too big. So we're gonna just base them on down. And then we're gonna come back with our rub. So now that we got them all based all down, so now what we're gonna come back with is our Killer Hogs barbecue rub. So now we come back, we have our Killer Hog barbecue rub that we're gonna come back and just see, put a lightly coating on them. Here, put a light coating on them. Light coat. Just to get that pretty nice color there. As you can see, we're gonna do the same thing to the opposite side. So as you can see, we're lightly coated on it. And then we're gonna come back with some Cosmo Dirty Bird rub. Some Cosmo Dirty Bird rub. And I just like the way that this Dirty Bird rub tastes. So that's why I'm putting it on these ribs. And so once I put this on these ribs, we're gonna flip them and do the same thing to the opposite side. And we're gonna let these sit for about 4 hours, and then we're gonna put them on the smoker later on this afternoon. So they have also, make sure you flip, make sure you get all sides of that meat. All sides of the meat. You don't want no spot where you can see meat. So now what we're gonna take and do is flip them over. We're gonna flip those ribs over. And these are actually St. Louis style ribs. St. Louis style ribs. And we're gonna do the same thing to this side. Spray them down with that butter flavor. And some folks put mustard or a little bit of olive oil. Whatever your preference is, you can use that. So we're gonna come back and do it again. Put our base coat down. Garlic, pepper, and salt. Garlic, pepper, and salt. Come back and put that down again. Garlic, pepper, and salt. Then come back with our Killer Hog rub. Doing the same thing over again. Putting that season down there. Again, covering all the meat up. Covering all the meat. Now for this set of ribs, we're going to do the Killer Hogs barbecue season. And for my next set, we're going to do the bone sucking sauce. The bone sucking sauce. So I have about 10 racks of St. Louis style ribs. So as you can see, we got that nice and coated. Now we're gonna come back with the 30 bird rub and do the same thing. Cover them up. And once we finish these, we're gonna take and put them in the pan and let those seasons marinate for 4 hours, like I said. But it's best, you do it overnight. It's gonna really get that good flavor and that good seasoning there. So now that we got these coated, we're gonna transition these to our pan, and then we're gonna come back and put this as, and I have a regular size catering pan, aluminum pan like this, and I'm gonna put these ribs in. And so I'm gonna lay them in the pan, and then come back, and I'm gonna lay my other ones out. Because these are all nice and seasoned, and they're ready to go to let be marinate. So now we're coming back doing the same thing, laying the other ones down. And we're going to come back and we're going to do the same thing. Some of these I'm going to trim up just a little bit more to get some of this extra little fat that's off. And sometimes you can get some ribs that's extra little fat on them. So what you just take your knife and do, you just take and trim it. And once you get it trimmed, you can take and pour all that little fat right on off and just set it to the side. Because you want to get to all that bare meat. All that bare meat. Some fat you want to leave because it's going to help keep that meat coated and keep it moisturized. But majority of it, we're going to try to get off so we can have a pretty clean cook. So we're going to come back and do the same thing. Put our coat down. Spread with that butter. Same thing, spread with that butter. Get it nice and pretty. We're going to come back with doing the same base again. Coming back with the garlic, pepper, salt. Put that down as a base. Put that down as a base. Then we coming back with the bone-sucking sauce for this set of ribs here. We coming back with the bone-sucking sauce for this set of ribs here. And this bone-sucking sauce, sometimes you can get it from Lowe's or you can get it from your butcher meat store if they carry it. But if they don't carry it in your area, just put me a link in the bottom and I can get you some shipped to you. But this is the bone-sucking sauce. It is very, very good. So for these going to be totally marinated in this bone-sucking sauce. As you can see, this has a different color as the Killer Hog. This has a more lighter brown, and the Killer Hog has that more of a red color. So as you can see, we got that garlic, pepper, and salt down on it. And now we're putting this bone-sucking sauce on it that we're covering every inch of this meat because we don't want no meat left without seasoning on it. So that when you bite into it, you're getting both flavors all through your meat. All through your meat. I know it's been a while since I've been on the Showtimes channel, but due to work and a lot going on with COVID, that has been setting me back. But just keep out watching with Showtime. I thank you for all the subscribers that have subscribed. I thank you for all the likes and shares. The Showtimes Productions will be continuing to put more videos up as my work schedule and being a pastor allows me to. So we're going to flip these over and we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to come back with this butter spray. We're going to spray them down just like that right there. And then we're going to come back and do the same thing over again. That garlic and pepper and salt. That's the base. That's the base. And so a lot of folks may say, well, can I do that to any kind of meat? Yes, you can. You can do this to ribs. You can do this to chicken. You can do this to turkey. You can do this to steak. You can do this to whatever meat that you get ready to cook the night before or the day before that you want to let it sit down and let your marinate. It's always good to let your meat marinate in your seasonings good 24 hours. So that meat, that seasons can help break down that fatties in that meat and it can help moisturize and tenderize that meat and all those flavors can get all through those bones of that meat. All of my meats, I always like to let them marinate anywhere from 4 to 24 hours so that you get all those robust flavors when you eat those meats. Because nobody wants no meat that is not seasoned. And you don't have to worry about the salt content and a lot of these. taking a look at it. Look at all those ribs that are in that Pit Boss smoker. Pit Boss bronze. They're all loaded up in the smoker, ready to go. We're gonna shut it up and let them smoke.